الحمد لله الحمد لله الذي زين النبيين بحبيبه المصطفى وصلى الله على محمد وخير البراء وعلى آله وأصحابه متعدبين بالتقوى. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. صدق الله العظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي وعليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك سلم وصل عليه. Can each and every single one of you recite with me? الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا سيدي يا نبي الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا سيدي يا نور الله. After praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wahdahu la sharik, after praising the one who has gifted us Islam through the light and guidance of Sayyidina Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, and after sending infinite salutations, durood, peace and blessings upon the best of all creation, the crown of creation, the jewel of perfection, the coolness to our eyes, the light of our lives, the beat of our hearts. Our eyes water for Him, our tongues thirst for Him, our stomachs crave for Him, and our hearts long for Him. He is the most honored one. He is the most loved one. He is the most respected one. And without a shadow of a doubt, He is the most beautiful one, which is none other than Sayyiduna Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa ashabihi wa barik wa sallam. All thanks be to Allah Almighty. The more we thank Him, the less it is. He, Allah, has once again honored us, blessed us, favored upon us this virtuous day of Jummah, the best, the greatest, and the most blessed day of the week. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam would encourage the companions to spend the day of Jummah in zikr, in remembering Allah, spend the day of Jummah in cleaning themselves, beautifying themselves, and spend the day of Jummah in sending salawat upon Him. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, O companions, the day of Jummah is the day when the trumpet will be blown on the day of judgment. So before the day of judgment strikes, trumpet will be blown on the day of Jummah. The Prophet of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam said, increase your salutations. Send durood upon me abundantly when you witness the day of Jummah. For your deeds, your durood, Your salam is presented to me. The companions alayhim ridwan said, the Messenger of Allah, what will happen after you pass away? After you leave this dunya, will be misplaced. How will our deeds be presented to you? Upon this, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, Allah Almighty has made a haram upon the earth to eat the body of the prophets alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah has made a haram, meaning I am alive in my grave and I shall still continue to witness your deeds after my departure. Hence, every single one of us, when we see the day of Jummah, one deed that we should not leave is sending durood and salam upon Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. For it holds a great virtue. I mention this every Friday just to give you a reminder. I do dua that Allah Ta'ala gives me and you the tawfiq to spend this day in His zikr, to spend this day in His remembrance. Most importantly, may Allah not make us of those who will be sinning on this auspicious day. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. The topic which I have chosen to speak on today is mainly addressing the youngsters, the youth, those that are in the 20s, in the teens, those that go to school, colleges, and young men who be out in the streets and who be out working. However, when a topic is backed up with hadith and Quran, it is of benefit of all ages. But my main purpose and my main objective is to address the youngsters. We are living in very challenging times. Times of great tribulation, times of great test, where it has become extremely difficult for us to hold on to our deen. It has become extremely difficult for us to make choices. For everything is very easily accessible today's day and age. If we go back maybe 100 years, if not 150, 60 years, things that are available now with so much ease, back then it'll be difficult for people to have access to it. The main and the major factor which has, in a way you can say, captured us, captivated us, is the company, the friends, the brothers, the boys, the people that we hang around with, the people that we spend hours and hours of the day with, whether that's in school, whether that's at work, or whether that's out in the... What kind of company? Deen, on which I recited earlier on. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Addressing each and every single one of us, those who have iman, have piety, be conscious of Allah Almighty at all times, be conscious of who your Lord is, don't forget me, fear me. But don't stop there, don't stop there. Allah Almighty continued and He said, وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. After fearing me, be amongst those who are righteous and pious. Associate with those who are righteous. Associate with those who are close to me. Associate with those who are on the deen. Associate with those who remind you of me. Don't be with those people that take you away from the deen of Allah Almighty. They are not the ones for you to be with. وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. Be with those who are sincere in their deen. Be with those who will help you gain piety, help you gain taqwa, help you gain closeness to Allah Almighty. In another ayat of the Quran, Ya waylata laytani lam attakhidh fulanan khalila. On the day of judgment, there'll be certain people out of regret, out of extreme deep regret, they'll be biting onto their fingers with their head lowered, crying and screaming on the day of judgment. What will they say? Ya waylata, I wish, laytani lam attakhidh fulanan khalila, I did not take so and so as my friend. I wish I did not take so and so as my friend. Why? It was because of him that I went on the wrong path. He is the one that led me astray. For time being in the dunya, we may enjoy their company. They may take us to places which fill our desires. They may take us to places which fill our fantasies. But on the day of judgment, our feelings are not going to be like this. Our feelings are going to be the complete opposite. Ya waylata will be in regret, great regret. I wish I didn't take him as my friend. I wish I didn't hang around with him. I wish I didn't spend them late nights with him. I thought we're having a good time. I thought we're enjoying ourselves. I thought we're pleasing ourselves. But in reality, he was the one that was leading me astray, taking me away from Allah Almighty. Another ayat of the Quran, Al-akhillau yawma idhin ba'duhum li ba'din adu. On that day, Khalil, akhilla, plural of Khalil has been used here. There'll be friends on that day. Yawma idhin ba'duhum li ba'din adu. They'll become each other's enemies, best buddies, close boys, best friends. When the day of judgment strikes, we will become each other's enemies. We'll begin to hate one another. The brothers that you spend your whole night with, the brothers that you spend your entire childhood with, the brothers, the friends that you did wrong things together, he on the day of judgment has become your enemy. Adu. You run away from one another. Apart from who? Illa al-muttaqoon, apart from those who were pious. Every single one will be our enemy. Those that we associate with in the dunya. But apart from the one who was pious. The pious friend, the good company, they are the only ones that will look out for you on the day of Qiyamah. They look out for you in this dunya, and they will also look out for you on the day of judgment. This is the benefit of nama mathalul jalisi salihi wal jalisi saw. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam gives a very beautiful example of a good company and a bad company. An example of a good friend and a bad friend. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, a good friend is like a perfume seller, and a bad friend is like a goldsmith. Meaning, when a person goes to purchase a perfume, if you go into a store where perfume is being sold, and you sit in the shop for 5 or 10 minutes looking at perfumes, the perfume seller will give you some samples to try beforehand. Whether you purchase it or not, we know very well this is what happens. He will give you some samples to try. Whether you buy the perfume or not, whether you spend the money in the shop or not, but the moment you leave his shop, you'll be smelling beautiful. You'll be fragrant when you leave his shop. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, this is what good company does to you. Just by sitting with these people, just by speaking to these people, it will leave your soul fragrant with the deen of Allah Almighty. Just by sitting with these people. Just like how one enters a perfume shop, perfume seller, whether he buys it or not, he will leave fragrant. He will leave smelling nice and beautiful. Just like that, if you go and sit in good company with good people, it is going to have an impact on your faith. It is going to perfume your iman. Good company will. And then the example of a bad company, what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave. The Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, bad company is like a goldsmith. What does a goldsmith do? He welds. He melts the gold. The fumes come out of metal. Fumes come out of iron. Fumes come out of gold. Whether you are doing what he does is not the case. Just by you sitting next to him, the activity that he's performing, the job that he's doing, that job is going to have an impact on you. You will begin to smell. The fumes that come out of that fire, you will begin to inhale them. And it will be injurious and it will be damaging to your health. Just by sitting with a goldsmith, it will have an impact on you. This is the example that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave of good company, bad company. Bad people, by you just sitting next to them, just by you sitting in the company, the types of things that they talk about, alcohol, women, money, that is all that the conversation is about in bad companies. Robbing people, doing drugs, for example. This is all that the bad companies speak about. They are like the goldsmiths. You sit in their company, what they speak about, that is going to have an impact on your iman and your heart. The moment you leave the majlis, the moment you leave the gathering, you will feel distant from Allah Almighty. This is the example that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave of good company and bad company. It is essentially important, pivotal for every single one of us to refrain from bad company and try our best to associate with those who remind you of Allah Almighty. Associate with those who talk about Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Associate with those who make you a better believer, better Muslim. Very, very important for us. If we fail to do this, then the bad company will influence us to become bad people and bad person. Imam Al-Ghazali rahimahullah, Hujjatul Islam, a great scholar of the previous centuries, Gnostic, a man of Allah, a Sufi. He said a bad friend, I want you all to listen to me carefully. He said a bad friend is worse than a snake. And then he said a bad friend is worse than the shaitan. This is what Imam Al-Ghazali said. Bad friend is worse than the shaitan. Friends, they are worse than the shaitan. The scholars elaborate onto this. Why is it that Imam Al-Ghazali said this? That a bad friend is worse than the shaitan. Imam Al-Ghazali says, it is because a shaitan, the only thing he does is he whispers to you. That is the only power Allah Ta'ala has given to the shaitan. الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي صُدُورِ النَّاسِ. The only thing a shaitan will do, shaitan will whisper to you. Do this, do that, go and see this person, go and try this substance, go to so and so place. Shaitan will only whisper to you. But the bad friend is worse than the shaitan. Why? Because the bad friend, he accompanies you to do bad. He compels you to do bad. He persuades you to do bad. He peer pressures you to do bad. Whereas the shaitan doesn't physically come, grab your hand and take you to wrong places. A bad friend will give you the bad idea, and later on he will help you execute that as well. He won't only give you a bad idea, but he'll accompany you, he'll take you to the wrong places. This is what makes a bad friend worse than the shaitan, just like how Imam Al-Ghazali rahimahullah said. Today we may feel pleasant, we may feel excited, we may feel, our desires are being filled. You're enjoying the company of bad people, but on the day of judgment is going to be the complete opposite. Absolute complete opposite. Being out all night, for example, with your friends, you enjoy it. Had a great time. We went to see some girls together, we got high together. We had a great time together, we went to clubbing together. Believe it or not, I know brothers who commit zina together, astaghfirullah. 3-4 brothers together, friends in an apartment, they will have 3-4 girls. In front of one another, they'll commit zina with women. And they enjoy doing this. Maybe out of them 3, 2 of them were not like this. It just took one bad friend to lead others astray. And then we begin to enjoy this, whatever we do together as friends. But on the day of judgment, it is going to be the complete opposite. Ya waylata laytani lam attakhidh. Trying, biting onto the fingers out of regret. Oh Allah, I wish. Laytani lam attakhidh fulanan khalila. I wish I never took so and so as my friend. I called him my boy, or I called him my boy. Die or ride together. I thought he was the one for me. But in reality, Ya Rab, I regret taking him as my friend. I'm burning in the hellfire today. It is all because of him. It is all because of him that I'm burning in the hellfire today. The man, for example, who committed 99 murders, who killed 99 people, Bukhari Sharif, the hadith of Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. كان في بني إسرائيل رجل. There was a man from Bani Israel. قتل 99 إنسانا. He killed 99 people. 99 murders he committed. Finally, Allah put some mercy in his heart. He thought to himself, I've killed 99 people. I don't know how I'll be forgiven. I've taken 99 souls. Will Allah forgive me? So he decided to change and he went to Sumar. He went to a Rahib. He went to an Abid. And he said to him, I've killed 99 people. Will Allah forgive me? فَقَالَ لَا. He goes to him, no. There's no forgiveness for you. 99 murders you've committed. There's no forgiveness for you. Upon hearing that, فَقَتَلَهُ, he murdered him. He killed him and he completed 100 murders. Even then, when Allah wants to have mercy on you, this is what happens. He killed 100 people now. He still kept going on asking people, will Allah forgive me? Will Allah forgive me? Will Allah forgive me? Then he came to one scholar, one alim, a learned man. He came to him and he said to him, I've committed 100 murders. Will Allah forgive me? Guess what the scholar said to him? The scholar said to him, I'ti qaryatan kada wa kada. Go to so and so place and Allah Almighty will forgive you. He was on his way to that village where the scholar directed him to, instruct him to go to. He died, and on the day he died, after his death, when he was questioned, Allah Almighty granted him Jannah. 2 points I want to pinpoint from this hadith, which the scholars are pinpointed. Number 1 is when you ask someone for something, when you have a question with regards to the deen, try and ask the right people. When you seek advice, seek it from the right people. First person said to him, Allah will forgive you. But the second one was a scholar. Meaning when you ask, try and ask the scholars. The scholar gave him the right advice. He said to him, go to so and so place. Number 2, this is the point I want you to pay attention. The reason why the scholar sent him to a different town, to a different village, is because the town that he was residing in, where he committed 100 murders, those people had a bad influence on him. He was with the wrong company, hence why he committed 100 murders. So the scholar said to him, if you want to change, if you want Allah to forgive you, then change your company. Change the circle of people you're hanging around with. If you want to become a better man, change the people who are around you. Leave that town. Qaryatan kadha wa kadha, go to so and so village. That's where the righteous people of Allah Almighty live. That is where the Salih live. That is where the pious, righteous men of Allah live. When you change your company is going to change your heart. And when your heart changes, you will feel closer to Allah Almighty and Allah Ta'ala will forgive you. The man made him change the company. And you know, this is exactly how majority of us youngsters are like. Many of us don't want to do what we do. We don't want to be the way we are. We don't want to be no. الرجل دينه على خليله. As soon as you leave the bad circle, as soon as you leave it, and you begin to associate with the righteous people, everything about you will change. This is all that it takes. Just to take that one step back from the bad company and enter yourselves into the right states. Just like the man who committed 100 murders, he was on his way to change his company, and Allah Almighty forgave his 100 murders and allowed him to enter Jannah. Enter the company of the righteous people, and Allah Almighty will do the same for you, inshallah. I do dua that Allah Ta'ala gives me and you the tawfiq to hang around with those who remind us of Allah and the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wa akhiru da'wajan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Just a quick announcement. There's a Mawlidun Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam milad gathering on the 31st of August in this masjid. You'll see some bouquets outside right behind you on that table. They're collecting some donations for it. Give whatever you can. May Allah Almighty accept your donations. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. If you have not prayed the sunnahs, you can pray them now.